Hey, what's up everybody? It's Brian with HappyThumbsGaming, and we are back with some more LEGO The Incredibles. This happens to be the Firefighter Challenge, where we extinguish 10 small fires scattered around free roam. That's right, all small fire locations can be found in this video, and this challenge is a little bit buggy, so let's go ahead and talk about it. First off though, let's mention the quick links. Don't forget about them down in the video description. If you're in a hurry to get to those collectibles, use those to bounce from collectible to collectible. Oh, look at that, Frozone's throwing snowballs. Anyhow, basically this challenge was a little bit wonky as not all of them spawn. Now Tyler went around and found all of the different fire locations and reported them back to me, and as it turns out, some of these respawn and actually count towards your 10 that you need. And that actually happens to me. I could only find 9 of the 12 fires. That's right, there are 12 total fires, and some of them are affected by day and night schedule, but it was like it didn't know what time of day it was and it wasn't working. Some of them are a little bit weird and need a specific entry point, and I'll show you all those. This happens to be one of the easier ones, and it's actually also the one that I return to and get my 10th fire put out on. So I actually return number 9 is on the east side of the map, and then we come all the way back over here to get 10 because I couldn't find some of the other ones. But that being said, we got the barn one, so let's go ahead and head to the right building on the far south side of the clump in the residential district. So go ahead and use that fast travel, and that'll be a quick way to figure out and follow along with us here. We're going to take a left, a hard left that is, all the way over to this floating building. It's got 3 different buildings connected to each other, and they're all little different heights. The one in the middle has the fire. Now right here, I am waiting for my other character to pop up, because you know how they always just show up miraculously, even though they can't fly. So I finally give up, and watch this. I pull out Frozone, and guess who shows up on the scene? Alright, I was just trying to save a little bit of time by not having to pull out dual characters here. Twins Basil! It's alright though. We got all 12 of these little mini fires put out, and we've got our second firefighter challenge point dealt with. So on to the next. It's actually going to be down in the financial district, as we couldn't find any in the tourist. So this guy is just south of the old school ET. It doesn't really look like it, but it kind of does to me. It reminds me of the old Atari ET from the actual in-game graphics. But all right, this guy's a hard left from the fast travel point. We're actually going to go down 2 full blocks, and you might remember this area. This is actually where we built the up house from. And it's just across the street on the corner over there. You got 3 flaming cars that we're going to go ahead and hop on the rooftops and put them all out. So, all right, Frozone, doing your thing. And we've got 3 of those donezoed now. So we can go ahead and hit up our map and move along over to the industrial district. We're going to go ahead and tag just south of the U on the map, also just south of the fast travel point. And we'll make our way over there. This one's actually really easy. However, this is one of those ones that kind of requires a weird entry point. See, the fire is right there, but it's not showing up for some reason. So I have found that if you slowly, and I mean, you can't fly in turbo around because it doesn't seem to load. For some reason, it's like you get there too quick and the game doesn't have the time to recognize that it needs to load these assets. And in that case, I don't know what to do. But for us, we went around the block there, you can see, and the fire was here. We didn't do anything weird. It's not daytime now as opposed to nighttime. I don't have any explanation for you. However, there are a couple of them like that do require a little bit of travel. This next one's the same one. Urbem Heights, it's down here under the bridge, and we actually get a trophy achievement too for completing our 50th ambient crime. I was not aware that I was anywhere close to that 50, but it turns out I was. And I tried to avoid these guys, but the fire's not here, and as I'm getting ready to do my around the blocksy here, these guys jump me, so I go ahead and give them the old cha-cha-cha-cha. And look at that. The supers have returned. Again, that is for completing 50 ambient crimes around town. And all right. We're going to go ahead and make a nice little trip around the blocksy here. I don't really know if there's an actual perfect distance that you have to go, or, you know, I found about 1 city block in game seems to be enough. But look, it's still nighttime and it's still here. All I did was just go around the block. And so I don't know if like there's a little pyro that's kind of following me and he's lighting stuff on fire behind me. I don't really know what's going on. I just know that if you show up at this location and the fire's not there, make a trip around the block and it should appear. All right, the next one's down on the right side kind of pier of the docks here. And we're going to go ahead and use the fast travel point again and make our way all the way over. Now, this guy is Another one of those wonky ones. It's over here, and I didn't fly. Notice I'm not running or anything. Like, I made it over here with a rather regular speed. That was not easy for me to say. And now that it's not there, I'm going to go ahead and go back towards the old warehouse here and turn around. Air brakes. And I love this. I love how Frozone can kind of like make his own path. I think that's super sweet. All right, and there they are. So, again, I'm not sure why this is. Now, there are a couple that I actually couldn't get to spawn at all. And whether it was day or night, I actually spent a couple, I don't want to say a couple hours, but I spent at least an hour kind of researching and going around and trying to find all these different fires. And, you know, I even had pictures in some cases showing me that there's a fire there, but I couldn't get it to pop up. So, anyhow, this one right here is a wonky one too. We've got two of them right here in the waterfront, but I could only get one of them to spawn. One of them is supposed to be on the pizza place right there. And again, I have seen photos of the existence of the fire on the pizza place, just like I've seen photos of the one up top of this building. But I couldn't, for the life of me, get the other one to spawn. So that's the first one that I ran into that I just couldn't. But we find two more in City Park, which is kind of crazy. So like I said, I was only able to find 9 of the 12 fires. So, well, I should say I only got 9 of the 12 to spawn. I know where all of them are, but they just wouldn't spawn for me. And I'm not sure if that's like a programming thing, if it's a user error, but yeah. So this next one, again, there could be a fire right down here for you. And if there is, great. That'll save you from having to backtrack and farm some of these other ones. However, if there isn't, don't worry. We've got at least 9 of them that we show you, and hopefully you can follow the same methods we use to get those to pop up as well. I even went a little extra distance here thinking, and if I'm being honest, I actually flew back. I swam underwater. I went northeast, southwest, and came from each direction. And I did that because this next one right here is very specific. So the City Park one, like I said, there are 2 that I couldn't find up here, but the one that I could find, it was rather tricky too. So look at this. I used the fast travel, and I'm right here. Now there is a fire right there. I promise you. It's not showing up, but once I go to the end of this block and back, it will show up. Look, I'm not doing it. There's no trickery. There's no editing. There's no weird stuff happening. This is just me going back and forth. And look at that. There it is. So, again, I'm not exactly sure what is making or breaking these things from loading, but I did find that if I went to the beach and came back, it wasn't there. If I went up towards the prison, came back, it wasn't there. If I went towards the waterfront, and it wasn't there. If I went up north, just like I am here, and went back, then it was there. It's so weird. So the other fire from City Park is actually supposed to be right where I'm standing, and there's another one down here on the opposite corner. So there should be 3 fires on this little strip right by the beach, man. And this last one, again, I couldn't, whether it was day or night, it didn't matter. I tried from various angles, from the park, from the water, from everywhere, could not get it to spawn. And I was starting to have a little bit of a panic attack, honestly, because when I was recording this, I was hoping that one of these that wouldn't pop up would eventually pop up, and it didn't. So we'll go over to our final one that we were able to find, hoping that one of these would respawn for us, and it does, don't worry. But we go over to downtown, and we go over to the prison. There should be one right there on the, well, I guess it depends on which way you're looking. If you're looking at the prison, it should be right on the front left side. And it's not there, so I go right around the block-see, and apparently I didn't go far enough because it's still not there. So we'll go this way. And again, this may be a directional-based one too, and I don't know why. I mean, it's got to be a glitch. There's no way that the developers of this game said, all right, this is only going to appear if the user comes from this way. It won't appear if it comes from any other. There's no way they did that. So it's got to be some sort of a programming goof or something. But hopefully they'll figure it out. Who knows? Maybe there's been an update and you don't have to worry about that. Maybe all 12 of them pop up for you. But regardless, we've got 9 fires in the bag. Now, which way do we go? Which way do we go? We know that there was 9 out there, but which one is going to respawn? Now, the game is doing that weird thing again where it's putting the story objective marker in where one of my waypoint marker points were, but it's not the right. But as it turns out, this ends up being the golden ticket. As I go to the top here and around over to the farm, I find that final fire on the backside of the barn. And we're going to go ahead and jump for joy as we're almost done with all these challenges. And then we just got a couple of trophy achievements, which you might already have. Some of them were from the levels. story levels and the free play levels, and I missed a couple of those by accident, and I missed a couple of them on purpose because I wanted to come back and do some videos. So I've got like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more of those to do, and a couple of the other ones as well. So I think we got like 12 or 13 more videos on top of the challenges, so that's pretty sweet. We got all 10 of the fires completed though, and we go ahead and unbag our mystery person here, which happens to be a firefighter. Seems appropriate as we just put out a bunch of fires, just kind of like, yeah, all the other ones are pretty relevant. Look at Frozone trying to throw a little cheeky snowball there. Anyhow, that's actually going to wrap it up for LEGO The Incredibles Firefighter Challenge. Hopefully you guys found this video helpful. This is a weird one, and hopefully my antics and tricks and tips help you get all 10 quickly. As for me, that's going to do it for now. Don't forget to check out our Thumbie Must See. As always, until next time. That's all, folks. So